Thanks Vide for sponsoring this video. Garam Masala, the most used seasoning in India. It contains several spices including cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, black pepper, cumin, ginger, bay leaf, nutmeg, and a few others. It is used in several Indian dishes, and you said that this is considered a MSG in India and requested us to try it on steaks. That is exactly what we're about to do, because hopefully it's going to make the steaks better. At least that's my hope. And for today's cook, I chose these 3 beautiful filet mignons. As you can see, they have great marbling on them, and at the same time, they are nice and thick. To be specific, 2.5 inches. Now, since we have 3 of them, this is how it's gonna go down. I'm gonna be seasoning every single one of them exactly the same. A good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. This is our standard seasoning. So one, I'm gonna be using it as a control. The second one, on the other hand, I'm gonna go ahead and season it with garam masala. I wanna make sure that we feel the spice, because I'll tell you one thing, if it tastes as good as it smells, we're about to have a treat. Now for the last steak, I'm going to keep the seasoning exactly the same. However, I'm doing a compound butter that is very simple. I first gathered some room temperature butter, threw in some garam masala in there, mix everything well, and there we have it. It does not get any easier than that. And I'm going to be using this in the end to lather our steak with it. But now that we have everything ready, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cook them. And for that, I'm going to be using one of the most innovative sous vide machines I've ever seen. It is a sous vide cooker. However, it uses no water and no bags. Another thing that is cool about it is that it keeps the food in perfect shape once done cooking. If you ever cooked a hamburger sous vide, you know what I'm talking about.
And by the way, if 3 steaks is not enough for you, let me tell you something. They actually have a much larger version where you are able to cook a lot more steaks. I mean, take a look at the size of this pan. It's way bigger than my head.
You can now get both models on Amazon with a coupon for 15% off.
The way it works is pretty simple. Once the food is placed in the container, it pulls a vacuum. Remember, the word sous vide means to cook under vacuum. And then the food gets cooked inside of this container, which is completely non-stick. This allows the food to cook evenly and match the desired temperature. Now for these steaks, I chose to do so at 129 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. This should cook them to perfection. And you're going to be seeing it real shortly, because this machine does not only cook it sous vide, it also allows you to sear it. Yes, everything in one machine. So while that's cooking, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one is quite tasty. At the same time, it is super simple to make, and here's how. We start off with some tortillas. I like to cook them on the fire. This does not only give an incredible color but also flavor with this char. And that takes no time at all, because the next thing to do is to cook some meat. You can choose anything you like, but I had some chorizo available, so I went ahead and started cooking it. Once it's halfway cooked, I went ahead and threw an egg inside. As soon as my egg was halfway cooked, I decided to go a little bit spicy today with some chili oil. This is a magical element that you should have it at home at all times. It is delicious, easy to use, and just pairs up perfectly with eggs. Because once my eggs was fully cooked, I set it aside, as now it's time to start finishing it up. First, I threw in some cheese on a hot plate. I decided to go with Oaxaca. Mozzarella will work just fine. This one just melts better, and it also tastes a little better. Because as soon as it started melting, throw a tortilla on top and immediately flip. Take a look. You're looking for this nice golden crispy brown bits of cheese. As to finish it up, I added some avocado, followed by that beautiful chorizo egg we just cooked. Now I'll tell you one thing, it is delicious, it takes no time at all, and as you just saw, it's super easy to make. Just don't forget to add some greens on top. Come on now. Spicy, savory, rich. It is going to be delicious, especially with the filet mignons. Talking about that, by this time they were fully cooked. So I went ahead, opened them up, set it down on a cooling rack, and as you can see, just like expected, it looks exactly like a traditional sous vide cooker. However, we did not use any water or bags. But it also still needs a crust. So I went ahead, pat them dry really good, as now it was time to go ahead and change mode on the space and set it to sear. I cranked the temperature all the way high, added a little bit of oil, because I know exactly what you're thinking. My steaks don't look that good right now, but watch this.
All right. right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak with a nice, wonderful side dish today, gentlemen. I want your brutal, honest opinion. As you can see, is your favorite steak?
Oh, filet.
Filet mignon.
Oh, baby, it's been a while since we had filet mignon.
It really has, though.
And at the same time, we have a little bit of an experiment going on right here. Please let me know if this is a good thing, bad thing, because they want to know and so do I. Enough talking, let's give it a go. We're going to go this direction, gentlemen. Dig in.
Wait, Angel, that was a little piece. I'll take that for you. And then you can have more of your favorite cut.
Wow,
Let's go. We got Leo being a nice guy today.
We're being
Let's
kind.
go.
We're being kind to each other. I like that, everybody.
Love your neighbors, guys. Love your neighbors.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Boy, I missed this.
Why is it so tender?
Look, we talk about sous vide steaks all the time. All of it boils down to this piece of meat right here is beefy deliciousness.
So tender, so juicy.
Oh, man.
Super well seasoned too.
Everything you would want on a steak is just marvelous, everybody.
And it's filet mignon. So it's a little extra soft and a little extra tasty for me.
Not your usual sear on these sous vide steaks, but it's damn delicious.
That was a control. I'm curious about the second one.
I almost went for a bite of this steak. This thing smells so good. It looks so good. I cannot wait to try it.
Does it smell different? Oh.
Yeah, it does. Oh,
okay.
man, it smells really good, actually.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Wow.
That is so good.
This might be the best way to eat a filet mignon.
What a different flavor profile on that steak. It is so nice though.
It's kind of like a sweetness that reminds me of cinnamon, but it doesn't taste like cinnamon.
It kind of reminds me of like the taste of like a butter chicken almost.
Yeah.
It has a really good, almost like maybe like an Indian or Mediterranean spice on it. It just makes a more delicious filet mignon, and that is saying something.
You already went to a second one.
I had to.
I don't have to ask you if you
I had
enjoy.
no choice.
I don't have.
I had no choice.
You enjoy?
I like that it's just a little bit of sweetness on it. It's still overall savory. It's not like a sweet steak at all.
I think what you're trying to say is that it tries to be sweet, but it's not sweet.
Yes.
But it reminds you of sweetness.
Yeah, that's a lot of sweet right there.
I think what he was trying to say is that that is very...
To break up that flavor a little bit, I did a nice side dish here so that we can burn our mouth. Enough talking, let's give it a try.
Damn, that's a lot of green, bro.
All right, enough. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's spicy. It's real spicy.
Really?
That spice really comes through, but you also have that nice richness from the egg yolk, a creaminess that coats everything, the crumbly chorizo that has a nice flavor. You have that nice tortilla plus the Oaxaca cheese that's nice and gooey. This is a flavor and texture bomb. Freaking amazing.
I think that this one is really good. It would have been a little bit better if I had a little bit less avocado, but you know what? The avocado is not that bad on it.
The avocado is the only thing helping me from the spice.
Oh, I see.
That's the
why.
only thing, everybody.
That's
because
why
this
we got
thing is
avocado.
killing me internally.
It's tasty. It's a lot of like textures, like Leo said.
But with that being said, let's try the last steak, yeah? Well, let's see if it's good or bad. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Wow.
This is fire.
That's fire.
Incredible right there. That is a fantastic freaking steak.
I could eat this every day, all day, for the rest of my life.
Wow, you like it so much. Well, I'm so happy that you like it so much. I love Indian food, and when I'm tasting this steak, it reminds me of Indian food. Does it remind you guys of Indian food too?
100%.
Yeah, when Leo said it reminded him of butter chicken, I kind of agree. There is a flavor in there.
Really delicious on the steak. Never tried that before. It is wonderful.
It works very well, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're a steak purist and you taste this, and you might go like, what is that? You know, because it completely changes the flavor of the steak because the spices is very powerful. By the way, I used Garam Masala.
All of these steaks we tried today are winners.
Okay, which one you like better?
I like the middle steak.
Because that one have butter. You?
I'd probably go this one just because it's more powerful of a flavor.
My Indian friends, I would love to go to India. Let me know where I should visit first because I love your food, I love all your spices, and I cannot wait to one day be able to visit India. That would be a dream come true.
And I'm not gonna lie, I would say I'm kind of a steak purist. I usually like the pure steaks, but this is so good.
It's good, it's good. These are the results we got with the space. The proof is in the pudding. We all enjoyed the steak, but this guy just enjoyed it a little bit more.
I could eat all of that.
If you're interested in learning more, everything will be on the link on the description down below for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.